My video for April the 2nd, 2018 is entitled Risen and a 2,000-Year Nap Afterwards. Yes, Easter was on Fool's Day this year. How appropriate. It was written, quoting Jesus, quote, "This generation shall not pass till these things be fulfilled," end quote. Bible students will know this quote comes from Matthew chapter 24, verse 34. Of course, that generation came and went a long time ago, now approaching 2,000 years, if there is any truth at all in what we are told. Like many around the world, I believed it, like one of many fooled by hopeful promises. I guess if anything in the story is true, Jesus must have fallen asleep after ascending into heaven. That's a mighty long nap, wouldn't you think? Does the so-called Prince of Peace ever fulfill what he supposedly promised? Like many, I'm still waiting. I thought 2012 was the right time to usher in that kingdom, but Obama and his handlers had no such intention. Are they more powerful than God? Apparently, they're being exposed as the charlatans they are. Still, Trump aligns with lying Israel and the other Illuminati war puppets, at least on the surface. I have an Easter message for Jesus and God. Wake up. Where's the peace? Prove your love for us. Yeah, I'm actually recording this quite a bit before I intended. I've been awake now for 2.5 hours. It's 3:45 in the morning a.m. I just put up my video a little while ago, the video for April Fool's Day. And this is my Easter video being recorded on Easter Sunday. And I just got an invitation to a meeting I wasn't planning on going to, but now I guess I'm going to that one and the one that follows it. So I've got to rush from one to the other. And I'll make it. So it's going to be an interesting day. Plus, I have a friend who was operated on Friday, on Good Friday, and I didn't want to check on him yesterday. I figured he'd need at least one day to sort of recoup a little bit. So I plan on visiting him later on today as well. But I've been at this thing for a very long time, as I've said in so many videos. When I say this thing, I mean the awakening, the kingdom of heaven being manifested on earth, the dreams of fulfilling a mission, of being a part of that awakening and a part of that unveiling, if you will, of the kingdom of heaven, actually in physical form on a physical earth, not of this world. Jesus said, "My kingdom is not of this world." Well, then why did you come to this world if this isn't your kingdom? Why did you promise that it shall not pass away till all things are fulfilled? Why did you make those promises? Or is that all just fiction too? I mean, I realize after many years of believing the Bible was the inspired word of God and reading it through year after year, sometimes twice in 1 year, I realized that the Old Testament was not portraying a loving God at all. Actually, quite the opposite, a very demonic God, a Luciferian or evil entity that had no good intention whatsoever. And obviously, as worlds came and went, at least this is the fifth world now, remember, so it came and went 4 times already, and the promises were not fulfilled. Was that because man wasn't ready, or was that because God allowed demons and fallen angels to preside over everything? And nothing makes sense. Okay, I want you to hear what I'm saying. nothing makes sense. We've all been lied to, not just in Christianity, but in all the religions. Yet all the religions, as I keep saying, contain elements of truth. All of them do. And all of them teach that we're supposed to love. The Muhammad, when he first started out, according to what I understood, taught love, especially of the Jews and the Christians. They were of the same family. But of course, that was watered down and changed, and they became enemies after a period of time. And people still go around saying, our religion is the right one. There is no right one. Love is the right spirituality. There is no religion. Religion binds us to lies. It always has, it always will. We've got to transcend religion and get to the spiritual principles that are contained within the religions, all of them, and wake up to the fact that for some reason, God abdicated his throne to demons. God did that. The sin was not man's sin. The sin was God's sin for not being truly omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent, for not being completely truthful, for not being forthcoming with all that was laid out in the, quote, creation story. The creation story is a myth. It's a lie. It's not true. But here we are in 2018. Here we are, humanity, still fighting a struggle to learn the truth that supposedly will set us free. And I believe if we get to that place where we actually know the truth, we will indeed be set free. Truth and only truth can liberate us from the lies. The lies bind us, entrap us, and keep us from fulfilling our destiny. Our destiny is to become more than what we have thought ourselves capable of being. Anastasia, as I've said in so many other videos now, demonstrated the ability to protect herself, for one thing. When they tried to kill her or take her by force, she walked away from all of those with munitions and the bullets. One of them did get through and grazed the side of her head, but the rest hit her shield that she put up. Now, can I put up a shield to protect myself from these charlatans that are uninformed or taught things that simply are not true and told that they have authority? Nobody has authority over anyone else. And the only way that someone relinquishes their authority is if they violate the free will of others. And yet it is the very people at the top of the political pyramid and that structure that violate free will the most. It's ironic. Everything in our world is irony. Everything in our world is a paradox. It's a mystery. It's an enigma. It has to be uncovered and revealed in order for us to escape and experience what Easter is really supposed to be about, rising from the dead. But of course, Easter is Ishtar. It's another masquerade of paganism masquerading as something other than paganism. But there's nothing wrong with paganism. I'm not putting down paganism. And in fact, Anastasia would probably be considered a pagan based on the way she lives. And yet she, unlike most of us, unlike all of us actually, she exemplifies what we, I believe, are capable of becoming once we know the truth. Once we are able to get beyond the lies we've been told and step into a newness, a true resurrection, a true Easter, if you want to use that word, where we rise from the dead and we become alive for ourselves and for each other, that we learn how to follow the great command that is in all religion. and it is a spiritual command. Simply love one another. That's the mystery of Easter. Thank you for listening, and namaste.